We interviewed Mr. Gerald B. Ventura, a teacher from Arboleda National High School and who is now 5 years in service, and here is the result of our interview. He manages his virtual classroom by managing himself, preparing the resources by always checking if the needed resources for his instruction are available before conducting an online class. Also, he manages his time properly. He makes lessons accessible to all by always making sure that each and every student receives their own module, meaning to say, the ratio of the module to student is 1:1. He also sent the recording of the discussion during online classes for the students who failed to attend the session on that day so that they can still catch up. He teaches using remote video calls in remote teaching by communicating to the students directly by sending message on Messenger. And also, he do remediation when needed, such as lessening their activities. He also do home visitation to reach out to students who are absent in class most of the time. He also record the online conferences then send it to their group chat or personally to the particular student who needs it. And lastly, he shares the shareable data of the same given by Bped to students who need mobile data to attend the class.
Based from what we observed, they are using the Google Meet application for their classes and online kumustahan every Monday and Tuesday each week. Some students are having a hard time to attending their class due to household chores that they need to do at the same time on the scheduled time of the online class. As described by our interviewee, the number of the students attending the class is approximately 60 to 70% of the entire class. And another reason of absenteeism of the students is the lack of resources such as gadgets, internet, and the like.
According to our interviewee, some students are inactive in class. It is way different from the communication and interaction in a physical classroom before. One reason why they are behaving this way is because they are still adjusting to the new normal learning modality due to the fact that they are also new to this. As teachers, we must do our best and make a way to address this problem. Be creative in designing instructions and keep on motivating learners.
What classroom routines and procedures did you observe in remote learning and how could you apply it to promote essential learning to minimize the gap experienced by the learner due to the pandemic? The teacher are always checking the learners and making announcements to give them information, directions on a certain task and a reminder on what are the learners going to do. The teacher said, communication is the key to minimize the gap experienced by the learner due to this pandemic. By having a constant communication to them, they get the assistance they need, and as a teacher, we are needed to always guide our students even if we don't have physical interaction. Did the teacher remind the learners on the online etiquette? What responses were generated from the learners? The teacher conducted online orientation regarding to the etiquettes and proper use of virtual platform and proper manner in virtual class. The teacher also teach the students how to behave properly and with respect on online classes. Is there a delightful and great effect to the learners if the teacher creates a safe and conducive learning environment during online class? Yes, if the teacher provides a secure and suitable environment during online class, it has a wonderful and positive influence on the student. If a teacher establishes a secure and conducive learning atmosphere during an online class, the teacher is establishing a relationship with the students, making them feel comfortable and allowing them to develop trust in one another.
As defined in Oxford Languages, Rule is one of a set of explicit or understood regulations or principles governing conduct within a particular activity or sphere. If there would be no rules to follow, then there would have been lots of chaos around that may result to the emergence of various problems in the community. Take for instance, all children at a young age want to play and have fun. Although, if there were no rules stopping them from doing all their actions, things would get out of hand and they would be running around everywhere and make a riot. With rules, children learn to have respect not only for others but for themselves too. Thus, having rules is very important because it helps everyone live a safe and happy life. Just like in the society, we also have rules to follow inside the classroom. Following rules and regulations help students understand what is expected from them and what will happen if they will violate these rules. Today, we will present to you the rules and regulations that we want to implement on our virtual classroom.
Be respectful all the time. Be polite when talking to the teacher and to your classmates. Be nice and don't do unnecessary things inside the virtual classroom.
Wear decent clothes. Just like in the physical classroom, you should also be presentable and neat in the virtual classroom.
During discussion, know when to mute and unmute your microphone. If you want to answer, raise your virtual hand and unmute your microphone. But when someone is still talking, stay mute until it is your turn to speak.
Find a quiet place to avoid unnecessary noises that may cause distractions during the online class. Noises from the animals and vehicles in your surroundings can distract you during the online conference, so it is better to find a quiet place before the online class starts.
Always be on time. The time for every session is limited and is allotted for a certain topic. In order to absorb all the knowledge on a specific topic that your teacher discusses in every session, you must attend the class on time.
Tell the teacher beforehand if you can't attend the class. In the physical classroom, you are writing an excuse letter if you can't attend the class for some reasons. In the virtual classroom, the way to excuse yourself from the class is telling the teacher through a chat in the Messenger app or a text message, stating your valid reason before the scheduled date of the online class.
Be honest. Avoid chatting your classmates during exam to ask for answers. Just like in a physical classroom, any form of cheating is prohibited.
Do not leave the classroom if the class is not yet finished. Wait until the teacher dismisses the class before leaving the virtual classroom, because sometimes there are special announcements at the end of the discussion or lecture.
Use the chat box properly. Do not post any comments that are not related to the topic. When posting comments, apply etiquette at all times. Bear in mind that everyone in the class, including your teacher, can read your comment.
Have fun and enjoy the learning process. Keep in mind that whatever you do on a certain subject, such as activities and projects, will be beneficial to you in the future. During group activities, give your fair share to your designated group and collaborate with them to finish the task successfully.